Now to the tourist highway that's left one of our coastal towns on a road to nowhere. It's been almost a year since the government opened Indian Ocean Drive, which links Lancelin and Jurien Bay. It was claimed that the project would deliver a boost to the local economy. But in the tourist town of Lancelin, despite some extra traffic, many businesses are struggling. Jake Sturmer hit the road.
We've got the beautiful sandhills.
We've got great beaches, great people.
It's a place that is absolutely beautiful. It has a magical quality about it.
The future looks very, very bright for Lancelin. Very, very bright.
The talk makes it sound like heaven on earth. But even heaven doesn't have a brand new road linking it to some of Western Australia's most popular tourist hotspots. A new stage of the Indian Ocean Drive was opened in September last year with much fanfare.
This will be one of Australia's great tourist routes.
The Premier said the new road would significantly enhance business and economic opportunities for the entire region, something this shop owner says she's yet to and now unlikely to see.
I set up over 4.5 years ago, and unfortunately I'm closing down, and that is purely due to lack of business.
The road doesn't cut through the middle of the town. It's a 6-kilometre drive from the Indian Ocean Drive to Lancelin, a distance Lee Alexander believes is too far for many tourists.
Lancelin's very close for the people wanting to do a day trip or a few weeks trip just in the surrounding areas. But if you're travelling up north, I don't think many people would think about stopping an hour and a half into their journey.
Locals say any new traffic for the road is positive for the town, but whatever advantage that might have delivered has been offset by new crayfishing regulations which have led to a drastic reduction in the town's population.
We lost 300 people, so we only started off with about 9, now we've got about 600, give or take. So a small town going to an even smaller town, losing a lot of locals means that the businesses themselves actually lose pretty much that percentage of turnover.
It's a situation not helped by a lack of infrastructure. Lee Alexander's shop was supposed to be in the middle of a commercial precinct.
It's like a little desert. The plaza was supposed to be under construction 6 months after I moved in here.
More than 3 years on, it's under native title claim. It's all created enough frustration to make her contemplate leaving the town.
I think it may be time to be somewhere else where I've got more chance of earning some money and following a few ideas that I have in my head. I just don't think it's going to happen for me here in Lancelin, but you never know.
She might get a card from here, the local newsagent. Denise Howe's business is down too, but she's hoping to weather the quiet times. And in the middle of winter, those quiet times are particularly quiet.
Pretty much now the local business people take the opportunity to go away on their holidays and have a break. But in saying that, it doesn't look good for the town when a tourist comes along and calls in and half the town's shut down.
And there's even less on offer for tourists now after one of the town's big attractions rolled over in the sand dunes. 7 people were taken to hospital with serious injuries and the major crash squad is investigating. Not good news for a town already struggling.
It's very tragic for Glenn and his family, and we really want to support them. However, the tourism industry is not really showing much interest in that area. We'd like to see him back on his feet, but I haven't heard anything to date.
But locals like Denise Howe aren't letting the bad publicity get them down. She's looking forward to next year's Lancelin Ocean Classic, an international windsurfing event that attracts thousands of people to the town. The town gets packed and finding accommodation is tough, but when it's quiet, like now, the town looks to attract the grey nomads.
People are calling in, but they're not stopping over overnight. We do have a few campers that sort of pull up for a night and go, but they're not utilising the facilities as far as the caravan parks.
Denise Howe feels that's because the town is difficult to navigate in a caravan. People are just moving on, but it's something the Shire is working on.
The Shire are making caravan bays available that they can actually park their vehicles and go and do some shopping.
For people looking at something a little more permanent, there's hope on the horizon.
This is the proposed site of the development many locals are pinning their hopes on. It's called Lancelin South, and the first 40 blocks are expected to be advertised shortly.
Eventually, over the next 30 years, business owners and residents alike are hoping the area will have 5,000 homes. Locals say for years the town has struggled with what to do first, build the infrastructure or wait for the people to come to the town.
It goes back to the old critical mass situation, and we've got a problem with schooling, as in that there's not enough people to start a high school, and when their children get to an age where they've actually got to move off to high school, a lot of people move to the city for schooling situations.
The possibility of a high school is a long way off, but right now the Shire is working on giving the town a fresh coat of paint, which is handy given local Shire councillor Ashley Maley owns the town's hardware store.
I'm a bit short today.
He and the Shire are hopeful there'll be a through road to the Indian Ocean Drive, so travellers don't have to go back through the town to continue their journey.
But that might be a fair way off. That's a state government thing, because there's no way that the Gingin Shire could ever afford to put that road through.
But for tourists and locals looking for more than just fish and chips, having businesses like Lee Alexander's closing doesn't help the situation. Though she's still hopeful of returning one day.
No matter how scary things have got, especially particularly from a business perspective, I have never felt that Lancelin is dying, and it won't. There's a magical quality about Lancelin, it won't die.
Jake Sturmer with that report.